Contra Check is a very, very popular step. It's one of the line moves. It belongs to the line move family, although I wouldn't really call it a full-on line move. It's a check, hence the name Contra Check. But it is one of the more popular moves. A lot of times when dancers dance the Contra Check, they'll extend it out to make it a longer move so that it actually really does become a very nice picture line. The other nice thing about Contra Check is that it's extremely versatile. So you can dance Contra Check in all 5 dances. We've danced it in literally waltz, tango, beats, waltz, foxtrot, quick step, you name it, you can do it. It's a great step. It's a step that you learn in gold level to begin with, and then you'll continue to use it for the rest of your dancing career. So it's definitely a step that you want to put a lot of time and effort into working on.
Contra Check can be a difficult step to learn. Balance is usually an issue, and all the elements that go into it can be difficult to do fluidly in dances like the waltz. So those are some of the challenges we're going to be hopefully helping you with. So we're going to give you guys a little combination. Simple. It's going to be a double reverse spin into a Contra Check, and then we're going to take the Contra Check and go out into promenade position. From there you can add anything. Promenade position is pretty easy to go out of, so open natural or anything like that will work. But here's the combination. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from a different angle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This combination can also be used in tango. We're going to be dancing a double reverse spin into the Contra Check and then a corte exit with a closed finish.
Quick, slow. And slow, quick, slow. Different angle. Quick, slow. And slow, quick, slow. Okay guys, so this is how you would do the man's part. It's actually 4 or 5 pieces that you kind of have to blend together. The first thing is you need to use your leg that you're standing on. So while I'm standing on my right leg, I'm going to twist all the joints. So my knee joint is twisting, I'm flexing it at the same time. My right hip is moving forward, yeah, also known as CBM. Yeah, so all of this is twisting. I don't want to do too much, but in the leg you want a wide range in the leg before you even start. This is kind of part of the lead, yeah? So if I show you from a different angle, while I'm still on the foot, I'm lowering into my knee, and as I do that, my right hip is going forward, my leg is twisting, but I'm still over my foot, very important. So we don't want to do it off of our foot, we don't want to do it into the new leg. I'm doing it over my leg, so that's kind of a good exercise. So once I've done that, I started to do it, so let's say I've done like 90% of it, yeah? I start to shift my weight forward onto the left foot. And really important, only to go halfway. The further forward you go, the more on top of the lady you get. For her, it becomes very heavy and difficult to hold. She's underneath, yeah? So I flex into my right leg, I take a half a step, and I finish with my weight split weight. The upper thighs, I like to keep them nice and closed, so I keep it for stability. So you don't want it to be open in the upper thighs, you want it to be closed. As I'm arriving in that position, I've already gotten more torque in my upper body as well. So it's gone from my leg to my hip to my upper body. So I've torqued my upper body quite a bit, yeah? And then from here, I will also add a little bit of sway. Things not to do. Arrive in your Contra Check and then dump it over. Yeah? Sometimes there's styling that you can do, but that's kind of a bad one to stay away from, yeah? So I want to blend it. From here, as I flex into my leg, I'm rotating. I'm also adding a little bit of sway, and I finish in my Contra Check. Maybe more sway. The other thing is that everything has to be relative to all the other pieces. So for example, the bigger the step, the more rotation I can add, probably the more shape I can do. If you take a very small step with a lot of shape, it will look funny. If you take a very big step but with no shape, it also can look very funny. So it's all relative. The bigger the step, the more rotation, maybe the more shape I can add. The other important thing is to keep my head weight, my upper body, so say this part of the body, a little bit more back. So my center is forward to the lady, it's vertical, my head is a little bit further back, even though I've swayed. So oftentimes guys can do this and put excess weight on the lady when you keep the head away. I would recommend starting with just that. So using your right leg, torquing into the leg, into the ground, yeah, into the floor. And when you get comfortable with that, going only to about halfway. Okay, feel good here, come back, use the leg. So if you do it like 9, 10 times, you should feel a burn in the right leg, that's good, yeah? And then from there, start to add the sway and the rotation in the body. And I really like to just blend it all together. Yeah, so I don't really do only leg and then body, or I don't do the body and leg. And this also reminds me of one other one I've seen, is this one when we go left to go right. That's maybe even worse than the other ones, yeah? It's very common. So we want to, from, let's say I've done the double reverse spin, I'm spine slightly shaped to the left. So I'm already starting slightly left from center, maybe just 1 degree. I rotate, and then I sway to my right, yeah? I don't want to go left to go to the right. So those are some of the details. Possible I missed something. If you guys have any questions, send us a comment and I'll do my best to answer. And for the ladies part, Cora is going to come in and show you guys.
Alright ladies, so I'm going to start with a few misconceptions about Contra Check. The first thing is that a lot of people misunderstand the ladies part for Contra Check. They think that Contra Check and many other picture lines are an opportunity for the lady to take a break. It could not be farther from the truth. In Contra Check, I am on 100% my own balance. The second thing about Contra Check is that I need to be split weight. So when I go back into a Contra Check, and I'll do it from the side angle so that you can see, when I go back into a Contra Check, I'm going to stay in between my weight here. So you can see that the heel of my front foot is down, the heel of my back foot is up. Yeah, so I'm really secure in between my weight. Now, just like Simeon said for the man's part, for the ladies' part, I also have my inner thighs very close together in the Contra Check because that's going to give me my stability. Now, just like the man rotates through his standing leg to step back to the Contra Check, the lady does the exact same thing. So when the lady is going back, and I'm going to lift my skirt so that you can just see the action that I'm doing. When the lady is going back, she is also going to rotate from the standing leg. So that means the hip joint, the knee joint, and the ankle joint. So all of these joints combined together are equally as important in rotating backward. So we're going to rotate backwards from that joint and then step on the outside edge of the back foot. So as you can see, my foot is not turned out. That's the worst possible thing that you can do for your Contra Check. You want to make sure that as you step back, as you rotate through your standing leg, you're brushing the outside edge of your foot. So I like to tell my students that the pinky toe is going to brush the floor. So I'm brushing my pinky toe across the floor, and then I land with my on the outside edge of my back foot, but the heel remains up. Now the next part about the Contra Check is in order to give ourselves a nice line, I actually am going to pick my hips up and forward to give myself my position. It's a little bit difficult when I don't have the counterbalance from the man, but essentially as I go, I don't think about doing anything leaning backwards or extra like this. My lower back stays as strong as possible. So my lower back is secure. I'm pulling my center in, so my belly button is pulling back to my lower back as much as I can. My neck also does not go back. So I'm not doing anything funny with my neck like this. What I'm doing is, the most extension that I get with my neck is simply a turn. That's it. The extension actually comes from my upper back. So ladies, we all know where this is. If you imagine where your bra strap is. So if you put your thumb in the middle of your spine, right where your bra strap is, and the other thumb right in the front where the bra comes together, these are your pivot points. So every time we do an extension, we actually pivot from those pivot points. So you see that I'm lifting my upper spine up like this. And all I need to do from this position is turn my head left, and this gives me my extension. So I'm going to rotate through my standing leg and arrive on the outside edge of my moving leg. And then I'm going to turn my head to the left, and my extension is through my upper back. But as you can see, I'm actually 100% on my own balance. Now, in order to come up out of this position, we have to work really hard from our hips. So our hips, and especially the hip of my standing leg, which I would say, even though I'm 50-50 split, is going to be my right leg, I'm going to push my hips forward to my gentleman, because that's going to bring me up out of the Contra Check to continue into whatever step we're going to do. We're going to now talk about some tips in how to put this together. And it's also going to give you some differences in the lead between a Contra Check in Tango and the Contra Check in the swing dances.
Okay, obviously we can't do a Contra Check the exact same way for the different dances, right? They all have different characters, so we have to perform them slightly differently. The main difference is between a smooth dance like a waltz or a foxtrot and something quick like a tango and quick step. And really the main difference between those is how quickly I will do something and how quickly I will stop. So number one, the rotation of my body is going to be much quicker. The step is also going to be a little bit more quick. And the other thing is that I'm going to stop the lady. Yes, I wouldn't continue the action this far. I'm not going to allow her to extend this far. So it's just about the entry, the speed of the entry, and also the sudden stop. And in tango, the sudden stop is obviously quite important for the staccato, for the look of the staccato. Yeah.
For the lady, the difference would be in how quickly you turn your head. So I'm not talking about really like a weird thing. I've seen that many times, ladies do some weird thing with the extension. We'll go over that when we're dancing it together. But if I'm doing a swing dance, I will just simply do my extension a little bit softer. In tango, I'll arrive immediately in that position. That would really be good.
So again, it's the speed at which you do everything and you stop it quickly.
Right.
So for example, in waltz, we're going to lower into the leg smooth. We're going to rotate smooth. We're going to take the step pretty smooth. And then when we stretch, all that's going to be also smooth. And notice there's no end to it. I let her go back. And as soon as we're done, I pull her back out from that position. In tango, it's a little bit different. I'm going to do all that much, much quicker. And when I arrive in the Contra Check, I stop. So I do all this quicker and I stop. And then I will pull her out for the corte, which is what we showed on the video. We'll do it one more time. Waltz. Nice and smooth, continuous. And come on, promenade. And tango. Yeah, I'm going to start a little bit lower in tango. That's kind of a good point. And I do a little faster and I stop. Then I get a little proud. So it's a sudden stop when I ride.
Now, I hope you guys noticed that as we were doing that Contra Check, Simeon was letting go of the arm. And again, I can't stress this enough. I am on my own balance. I don't rely on Simeon to hold me up. If I have to rely on Simeon to hold me up, it's a bad one. So we go back, we practice it again. So to demonstrate this point, we're going to dance a waltz Contra Check, and we're going to dance a tango Contra Check, and both times we're going to arrive in the Contra Check, and then Simeon is going to let go, so I can show you that I'm on my own balance. All right, now, how about for a few things not to do? Sometimes that's as important as the things that you want to do. So, a few things that I see ladies doing. So we've already talked about dropping the lower back. As you can tell, when I do a Contra Check, we'll do it straight from the side. when I do a Contra Check with Simeon here, you see that I have actually a very high position. So my connection with Simeon is way up high with my ribcage up here. I'm not dropping down here. This is going to be absolutely terrible for a Contra Check. I need to keep my position up high with Simeon. Now, how much we do extension depends on what he does in his body. But the whole point that I can continue to talk to you while Simeon is doing these extensions is because I am not actually dropping my back down and I'm not overextending my neck like this. Because if I did that, I wouldn't be able to talk. I can talk like normal because the most extension that I have in my neck is just from a turn and then a tilt with my upper back. So this doesn't affect my neck and my vocal cords at all. The second thing about how we get into our position is, and this one drives me crazy, so ladies, whatever you do, I can promise you, there will be a judge out there, probably multiple judges out there, who are going to hate this. I'm one of them. He's probably one of them too. Okay? So, I'll demonstrate it, and let's demonstrate it from the other angle. So, ladies think that this makes them look better. It's not good, ladies. Don't do it. Okay? If you're starting with your head to the right, that's okay. Make sure that you have your space. Keep your space, and simply turn your head on top of your spine. Remember that your skull is balanced on the top of your spine, and that you look the best when the head simply turns on the top of the pole of your spine. So just keep the head balanced on the top of it. Don't do all of this waving back and forth. You might think that it looks better. Trust me, it doesn't. Nobody appreciates it except maybe yourself when you look in the mirror.
For guys, we mentioned this earlier when I showed it by myself, but it's nice to have a partner around. This is actually a very common one, two really common ones that I see. Yeah. One of them is we talked about shaping to the left before you do the Contra Check. Now, let's say I've already shaped to the left, like a hesitation. Yeah, I'm going to do a Contra Check from here. I'm already coming out of this left shape, therefore it's okay. Because I'm already in the left shape. As my left foot goes forward, my left elbow and side are going up. So throughout the Contra Check, my side is actually going up, not down. But what I see that's very bad is some guys go down into the side as they enter the Contra Check, which is actually very difficult to hold anyways. What they'll do is they'll start square and horizontal to the floor. They'll lift the left side as they enter the Contra Check.
And go to the lady's strange ragdoll head.
Yeah, so if your side is down already because you shaped to the left before you enter the Contra Check, that's perfectly fine. But as you enter the Contra Check, don't continue going down on the left side. The second one is, once you arrive in your final position, once you arrive here, to continue to go forward over the top of the lady, or to stop flat and then do a dump truck. So you kind of dump her over. Or another one I guess I've seen kind of related to this one is from here you finish the Contra Check and you kind of do it with the arms. Yeah, it's definitely a common one. I've seen that one around. So the frame, the hands stay where they are. So if you want to do more with the frame, if you want to create a bigger shape, then you got to do it from the lower body, from the leg, the hip, the upper body, the rib cage. They all have to work. The elbows don't. So once you get to the Contra Check, don't try to increase it. Oh, I don't think my Contra Check was big enough. Let me add a little bit of arms. The lady's not going to appreciate it. It never looks good.
One more important thing for the ladies. Remember that the footwork in your back foot is toe. The heel does not touch the ground. There's a really important reason for this. When we step back onto the foot and we keep the heel off the ground, it actually keeps our hips and our body more projected to the man. Yeah, and as much as what Simeon was describing before is difficult on my back, anything that pulls down and heavily on the man is difficult on his back. So when I do my Contra Check, and this is true for swing dances or tango, it doesn't make a difference. When I approach my Contra Check, I go back, and as you can see in my back foot, my heel is up off the ground. And not just a little bit off the ground. So I see a lot of ladies kind of go like, oh, but my heel is up. That is not enough. Pick it up as much as you can, and then take your hips and lift it up to the man as well. Not only does it make the man feel more secure in the center, but actually it makes it easier to give a nicer extension of the top. All right, you guys, well, thank you so much for joining us for this Contra Check tutorial. We had a great time putting this together for you guys. This is part of a big series about all the different types of picture lines in standard dancing, and you'll be able to find a link to that blog post in the description box below. So definitely check that out, and then you'll be able to see a full comprehensive list of all of the line moves, and we will have videos for every single picture line on that list. Please remember to subscribe, and we will see you guys